Metro Manila, ang iyong himpilan, ang inyong tahanan.
Good evening, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. This is koolNews Primetime. I am Caro, and we are live on Kool FM and News Radio 93.1, where we share the latest news headlines that care for you. Let's begin with the headlines. The Philippines is no one's chess piece. We are an independent country. Undersecretary Clara Castro of the Presidential Communication Office made that remark in the briefing on Thursday in response to China's criticism of the anticipated meeting between local officials and United States Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Castro rebutted Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Guo Jiagun's statement that any defense or security cooperation between the Philippines and other countries should not target or harm any third party, nor should it threaten regional peace or increase tensions. Guo further claimed that it had been proven that nothing good comes out of opening the door to a predator, and that those who willingly serve as chess pieces will be deserted in the end, according to a report from Global Times. Castro denounced this by saying, if China really believes in and its concern about peace and stability in the region, it should abide by international law and respect the sovereignty of each country. Hegseth will visit the Philippines from March 28 to 29, that is tomorrow, his first visit to the country. He is scheduled to meet President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. in a courtesy call in Malacanan, as well as with Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro. The Philippines and China have a long-standing rift, especially over territories in the West Philippine Sea. A couple with an international criminal police organization or Interpol Red Notice was arrested for swindling and syndicated estafa, the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group said on Thursday. CIDG Director Major General Nicholas Starr III in a statement said the couple, identified as Sarorin and Marviv of Davao City, were arrested inside the Nino Aquino International Airport Terminal 1 in Paranaque City on Wednesday. Torres said the courts in Cebu, Davao, Tacloban, and Quezon City issued the warrants of arrest with no bail against the couple for violating Article 315, swindling estafa of the revised penal code. As Saron served as president and chair of Philippine-based Organico Agribusiness Ventures Corporation, or ONIGO, which has been accused of operating a Ponzi scheme where investors' returns are derived from new deposits funds. Organico allegedly promised a double your money investment, starting with a 3,600 peso payment for a piglet, which would increase to 7,000 pesos after 3 months. The company also utilized crowdfunding to offer shares. Saron is also the managing director of Ira Pechaburi, a commercial real estate agency in Thailand. In February, the Royal Thai Police and immigration officers arrested the couple at the residence in Pechaburi, Thailand, following the revocation of the permission to stay and the implementation of Interpol Red Notice issued by its National Central Bureau in Manila, which is the Philippine National Police. Saron is the subject of an Interpol Red Notice for being a fugitive wanted for prosecution for estafa and listed as a national most wanted person with 950,000 pesos reward for 21 counts of syndicated estafa. He is also listed as the regional most wanted person of Regions 7 and 8. I commend the CIDG Southern District Field Unit and Anti-Organized Crime Unit for capturing these fugitives. Job very well done. We have put these two suspects behind bars and helped so many estafa and syndicated estafa victims attain the justice they deserve, Torres said. The Philippine National Police is on heightened alert for the kickoff of the local campaign period for the 2025 midterm elections. PNP spokesperson Brigadier General Juan Farjado in the recording center reporters and cameramen on Thursday sent PNP Chief General Roma Marbel ordered the police force to maintain and sustain their visibility in areas of engagement. Farjado said, "We are on heightened alert for that. That means at least 75% of the total strength of the PNP should be readily available for deployment. The remaining percentage should be readily on call in case there is a need to increase the deployment depending on the security environment," she added. Farjado detailed that the police force canceled its officers' leaves for the time being, except leaves for emergencies. She added another part of Marbel's orders was to extend officers' 12-hour shifts depending on the situation in their areas of assignment. She likewise explained that the police force security stance was also in anticipation of the end of the academic year and the Holy Week. The local campaign period starts on Friday, March 28th. The University of the East is now accepting applications for its Tangyangki Foundation Scholarship Program for school year 2025 to 2026. The university on Thursday said that the scholarship program is open to incoming first-year college students who will take up accountancy, dentistry, engineering, information technology, and business programs. UE said in a statement, applicants must have a general weight average of at least 90% in their first semester of grade 12 and achieve a high passing remark in the UE College Entrance Test, among other qualifications. It added that qualified scholars will be entitled to the following: 100% free tuition and miscellaneous fees, book allowance, uniform subsidy, transportation allowance, and monthly stipend. UE added that scholars can continue to receive the benefits each semester by meeting grade requirements and finishing their respective courses within the prescribed period. According to UE's website, interested applicants can submit their applications at the UE Sub-Admissions Office in Manila and Caloocan on or before April 11, 2025 with the following requirements: accomplished application form with a recent 2x2 ID photo, copy of first semester grade 12 report card, and copy of UE College Entrance Test result. For more information, you can contact the UE Admissions Office Manila, that is their telephone numbers, number 5328-5471, local 398 or 399, 8735-5471, local 398-399, 8735-8577, or 0961-568-2179, or email admission@ue.edu.ph. For the Caloocan, the telephone number is 5328-4572, local 160, or 5310-4548, or 0936-094-3152, or 0921-927-1537, or email admissions.caloocan@ue.edu.ph. And Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba is planning to visit the Philippines and Vietnam during the holidays starting late next month, government officials said Thursday. Ishiba aims to reinforce security cooperation with the two Southeast Asian countries to counter China's aggressive moves in the South China Sea. Japan has been supporting the Philippines, which is located in the crucial shipping route, by providing defense equipment and large patrol ships. With Vietnam, Japan has also been promoting equipment transfers and defense exchanges. In the economic field, Ishiba is expected to tell leaders of the Philippines and Vietnam that Japan remains committed to supporting the two countries in areas including infrastructure development, medical care, and human resources development. Ishiba visited Malaysia and Indonesia in January. Through the trip to the Philippines and Vietnam, he aims to underscore Tokyo's emphasis on ties with Southeast Asia. This is koolNews Prime Time. It is now 10:41 p.m. and we will return with more news headlines after these messages. Stay along with us. We will be right back.
This koolNews edition was brought to you by TLX Karaoke, ang tunay na karaoke ng bayan. Star Wax Floor Wax with waterproof formula, long-lasting shine. Star Wax Floor Wax, manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation, ISO certified, world-class quality. ACS MX3 Natural Supplements, verified with alpha, beta, and gamma mangosteen. MX3, tunay, natural at original. Pride Powder Detergent. All you need is pride. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality. ACS White Rose Papaya. Papaya puti, papaya fast. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality. ACS QBA Telecom's all-new Arena Saya 30. Now with 10 gigabytes access to Mobile Legends, PUBG Mobile, Call of Duty, Wild Rift, Cookie Run Kingdom, and Clash Royale for 7 days. QBA Telecom, connecting every Filipino story. And Pilsen Healthy Home, odorless antibacterial paint.
Reminisce the memories and the good times once again at Dream Car's Soulmate Sonata.
House for sale. You and me against the world. Hello, love. Where you been?
Your greatest love songs on new time slot 1 to 2:30 in the afternoon every Saturday at Soulmate Sonata. Join Dream Car Karaoke and your favorite love songs only here on Soulmate Sonata every Saturday from 1 to 2:30 in the afternoon on Cool FM. Ang inyong himpilan, ang inyong tahanan. Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
Feeling good while you work. Cool FM.
Ako si Rosalyn Tagadanaw, na ay high blood ang akubana. Di na siya kaklaro mag-drive kay hanap. Galuha-luha og mamula ng iya mata samtang gamaniho. Pasalamat gyud mi sa iBerry, nakatabang sa iyang mata.
Kaning iBerry, maoy nakatabang sa akong mata. Hapsayang ako pananaw. Inigsaka sa akong high blood kanang 150/100. Maghanap pod ang ako pananaw. Di na ko kaklaro drive. Dako ang ako pasalamat sa iBerry.
iBerry papalit sa Mercury, Rose Pharmacy o sa inyong mga suking butika.
Problema sa prostate? Ikonsulta sa doktor yan at tumumar ng Markup Capsule Food Supplement araw-araw sapagkat nagtataglay ito ng Sopalmeto Extra na ayon sa mga eksperto ng Sopalmeto ay nakatutulong sa problema ng prostate ng kalalakihan. Kaya mag-Markup Capsule Food Supplement araw-araw para always kang ready.
Worried about ponytail dents, tangles, and frizz? Use Sunsilk Smooth and Manageable every day for 5 times smoother, fragrant hair versus non-conditioning shampoo. Para
Matanda na ako, kaya handa na akong magpaalam sa mga mahal ko sa buhay. Bye, anak! Laro muna kami ng mga apo ko!
Let's go, Lola!
Bye, mga mother! Unahan ko na kayo tumakbo! Ruwak ka!
Enjoy ang buhay pag nag-buy sa Aray with Skelan. Lamang sa bisa para sa Aray. Hiyang pa sa heart at pulsa. 950 lang SRP. Naproxen sodium is a generic name of Skelan. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Bakit kahit quality, abot kaya pa rin ang mga gamot ng RightMed? Dahil gusto ng RightMed na gumaling kayo nang kayo'y nakakakilos, nakapagtatrabaho. Coco Martin po at kasama ako ng RightMed na naghahangad na gumaling kayo. Sumaya, makibahagi ng gusto sa buhay. Para sa pamilya, para sa bayan.
Dahil gusto namin na gumaling kayo.
If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Wow, Mari, long time no see. Sa dinami-rami ng lugar, dito pa tayo magkikita. Saan ka pupunta at mukhang pagod na pagod ka na? Oo, Mare. Ito, hinahanap ko si Mark. Sino si Mark, Mare? Baka magselos dyan si pare, ha? Naku, Mare, hindi. Actually, si pare mo ang nagpapahanap sa akin ng Mark Cafe 5-in-1 plus 1 coffee mix. Kanina pa ako ikot ng ikot dito sa bayan pero di ko matagpuan. Naku, Mare, di sana tinext mo ako. Kasi pati kami ng pare mo, Mark Cafe din ang iniinom namin. At alam mo kung anong good news? Dito sa Lucena City, naandyan sa TGP ang Mark Cafe 5-in-1 plus 1 Coffee Mix. TGP! TGP!
TGP. Ngayon, alam mo na. The Generics Pharmacy. Available na ang Mark Cafe 5-in-1 plus 1 Coffee Mix.
Madalas mapasok kapag niluluto para sa pamilya? Basta may paso o burn, United Home Burn Ointment agad.
Lab yan.
Benzocaine, boric acid, and eucalyptus is the generic name of United Home Burn. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Nakakapagod talaga ang maghapong trabaho sa opisina. Tambak ang mga paperworks.
Han, kape ka muna.
Ha? Kape? Anong kape ito? Ang bango. Grabe ang aroma ng herbal.
Han, Mark Cafe yan. Marami ang taglay na benepisyo sa ating katawan. Nakakatulong magpagaling ng mga karamdaman at nakakawala ng pagod. Kaya ubusin mo na bago pa lumamig yan. Mark Cafe 5-in-1 plus 1 Coffee Mix. Kompleto sa sangkap ng Agaricus blazei moril, spirulina, mushroom at Panax ginseng na nagpapalakas ng immune system ng ating katawan. Tumutulong magpagaling ng mga karamdaman tulad ng high blood pressure, diabetes, anemia, osteoporosis, depression, pagkabalisa, fatigue syndrome, infection sa baga, tumor, cancer, erectile dysfunction, improved digestion, nakakabawas ng pagod, nagpapagaling ng allergies at nagpapatibay ng liver, kidney at marami pang iba. Mark Cafe 5-in-1 plus 1 Coffee Mix.
Mabibili na sa inyong mga suking tindahan, drugstores at supermarket sa inyong lugar.
Hello ka-Jims! Gusto mo ba ng full energy? Masarap ba humigop ng kape? Lalo na kung ito ay healthy. Narito na ang paborito ng lahat, Jims Coffee Mix, na may natural herbs ingredients katulad ng Korean ginseng, agaricus mushroom, ganoderma at spirulina. At ito ang kape na makatutulong sa inyong kalusugan dahil ito ay may natural herbs ingredients to boost your immune system. Mabisang kape na pwedeng makatulong sa may diabetes, insomnia, hyperacidity, constipation, high blood at iba pa. Masarap ang kape pag healthy ang iniinom. Kaya tara, kape na! Kasama si Jim's Coffee Mix.
Basta sakit sa atay, magiling!
Ako si Ricardo, 50 anyos. Dugay na niya akong sakit mao nga nagpakonsulta ko sa espesyalista. Ang findings niya, liver cirrhosis. Pirme magsakit akong tiyan, nagilo akong panit ug mata, dalira ko kapoyon ug pirme ko kutas. Mas grabe pa, kay musukan ako og dugo. Ingon ang doktor nga lisod ni tambalan ug mahal ang gasto apan wala mi kwarta. Usa ka higala ang nagrekomenda sa yiling ug sa pipila lang ka semana nabati nako ang kausaban. Nihapsay na akong pamati. Salamat sa yiling.
Basta sakit sa atay, magiling!
Ang yiling mapalit sa mercury ug mga suking botika.
Mahalagang paalala, ang giling ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Welcome back to koolNews Primetime. Let's continue with the headlines. If the Philippines were to cooperate with the International Criminal Court regarding the interim release of former President Rodrigo Duterte, it could open up other issues such as the potential freezing of his assets, Apad's official said. Speaking at a briefing on Thursday, Palace Press Officer Clara Castro reiterated that the Philippines government still does not recognize the jurisdiction of the International Court. There is also no application for interim release of Duterte as of posting time. Reacting to ICC spokesperson Dr. Fradi Abdallah's statement that the Philippines must meet certain technical requirements for the judges to approve the former president's potential interim release, Castro warned it could backfire on Duterte's camp. Castro recalled, does it mean that we have to recognize that ICC has jurisdiction over the Philippines? I believe the family of former President Duterte is asking and praying from the Supreme Court that the government should not cooperate with the ICC. It's difficult to say that we would cooperate with the ICC on the interim release because even though it's hypothetical, it could open up all related issues, including the possibility of a freeze order on his assets, she continued. Asked whether Duterte's possible interim release is a no-go as far as the Philippine government is concerned, she replied, "Though it's hypothetical, but as we speak right now, we do not recognize the jurisdiction of the ICC over the Philippines." In an exclusive interview with GMA Integrated News, Abdallah noted that Duterte's interim release needs to be discussed with the judges. He said, "As a matter of general principle, all these conditions and questions need to be discussed before the judges. The technical measures and conditions have to be decided on a case-by-case basis by the judges and have to be accepted by a certain state for it to be ordered by the judges," he added. The Department of Social Welfare and Development has redirected its Ayuda sa Kapos Ang Kita program to support Filipinos earning below the minimum wage. Social Welfare Secretary Rex Gatchalian announced the policy shift on Thursday during a press conference at the DSWD Central Office in Quezon City. He said in Filipino, last year the term used in the special provision was low income. So now, it is more defined as below minimum wage. It is more focused because if you remember in the President's video message, he says below minimum wage. So, those who qualify are citizens who are below minimum wage. The revised guidelines require the publication of AKAP beneficiaries on the DSWD website and social media platforms to enhance transparency, he added. As the midterm elections are fast approaching, measures have been set to prevent political interference. Candidates will not be allowed to attend payout events or display campaign materials linking them to the program. We will make sure that in the conduct of the payouts, because that is becoming an issue, right? There are no politicals, and we will make sure that the materials are also not there, Gatchalian said in Filipino. Nearly 5 million near-poor Filipinos benefited from AKAP during its first year. The program achieved a 99.31% utilization rate of its 26.7 billion pesos budget. Regions such as Cagayan Valley, Davao, and Caraga posted 100% fund utilization. For 2025, 26 billion pesos has been allocated to AKAP, targeting 5 million below minimum wage earners with medical, funeral, food, and cash relief through DSWD's crisis intervention units and satellite offices. Gatchalian said the guidelines were crafted with input from the National Economic Development Authority and the Department of Labor and Employment. "I want to emphasize that the AKAP guidelines were thoroughly studied and shaped. Not only us in the DSWD, we were also with the DOLE and NADA in shaping the joint memo circular that became the basis for our rollout of AKAP, he explained in Filipino. Senator Grace Poe on Thursday said that print media champions credibility in democracy during the age of fake news. Poe said print remains essential in the media today because it is seen as a bastion of accountability and responsibility. Freedom of information and access to accurate and correct information are vital to a democratic state such as ours. The power to choose and choose wisely is built upon the premises that ordinary citizens are presented with all the facts, she added. She also stated that ethics are still upheld in print media as opposed to the priorities of other media, thus the traditional media's capacity to be a trusted source of information. Poe pointed out the content creators' objective is to go viral, and the spreading of information or misinformation is easily facilitated by clicking the share button. On the other hand, ethical practices in journalism, most important of which is fact-checking, are consistently upheld in print media. This is probably why print media is trusted and can confidently brand themselves as the guardians of truth. She, however, believes that content creators must still be accountable as they also spread information. The responsibility for the content still lies with the journalists, bloggers, or the ordinary people behind these articles or accounts, Poe said. And former presidential spokesperson Salvador Panalo said on Thursday that the organizers of simultaneous gatherings to mark former President Rodrigo Duterte's 80th birth anniversary on Friday, March 28, are aiming to set a new Guinness World Record. Panalo said in a media forum, the organizers, they are trying to set a record. They want a Guinness Book of Record for simultaneous gathering of people celebrating an event all over the world, he added. On Wednesday, Duterte's former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque shared that at least 109 areas inside and outside the Philippines will hold a prayer rally and gathering for Duterte. Roque also shared that a prayer rally will be held at EDSA's shrine on the same date. Meanwhile, Panalo said his birthday wish for Duterte is his return to the country. Our wish, aside from good health, is his return to his homeland, he said. Let's get into the international headlines. Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba is unlikely to release a government-adopted statement to mark the 80th anniversary this year of the country's surrender in World War II, government officials said Thursday. Instead, Ishiba plans to set up a panel as early as April to hear experts' opinions about the war, the officials said. The panel's discussions are expected to focus on why Japan plunged into the reckless war and why the government was unable to rein in a runaway military. The panel is expected to release a report on the discussions toward the August 15 war anniversary. The move is apparently designed to share lessons from the conflict and show Japan's determination to remain a peaceful country. Ishiba, while referring to the 80th anniversary, said in January that now was the last chance to review the war. Over 900 hectares have been destroyed in total in wildfires that began on Sunday in Ehime and Okayama prefectures in western Japan. In the Ehime city of Imabari, the total area burned by the fire had reached 417 hectares as of 2 p.m. Wednesday, while the fire in the city of Okayama swept through some 559 hectares. The Ehime prefectural government on the same day decided that Imabari and the neighboring city of Saijao be eligible for aid provided under the disaster relief law. Evacuation orders were issued for 7,494 residents of 3,848 households in the Imabari fire and for 2,130 residents of 1,091 households in Okayama and the neighboring city of Tamano in the Okayama fire. Mount Kasamatsu, hit by the blaze in Ehime, experienced another wildfire in 2008. A nearby resident in his 70s said the area destroyed this time is larger than that 17 years ago. In Imabari, some buildings of a local home construction company, including a factory, were destroyed. Daisuke Toyama, age of 47, a relative of the company's manager, said, "It was too late when I came," adding that it seems that the local fire department did not expect the fire to spread to the area. And finally, Transportation Secretary Vince Dizon on Thursday said he is pushing for the expanded seating capacity of the Surigao Airport in Surigao del Norte province within 4 to 6 months. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, as the clock it's about to hit 11 p.m. That brings us to the end of koolNews Primetime for this evening. We will return with more news headlines tomorrow with the other editions of koolNews. You can also send us your comments, suggestions, and feedback to our email at tvhthephilippines.news@gmail.com. Coming up next on Cool FM is Totoy na Lamao. Until then, I'm Caro. We wish you have a pleasant night, and we will see you tomorrow. Good night.